You can certainly buy your ricotta at the store, but making your own cheese can be a very satisfying experience. You want to start with minimally pasteurized milk. That means milk that's not ultra pasteurized, which is the stuff you usually see in the store. It's going to be from a local farm, most likely, where they'll take it up and they'll take it up to the minimum allowable temperature for the minimum amount of time. It's not raw milk, okay? It's pasteurized, but it's going to help the curds form better if it's not ultra pasteurized. This one comes from a farm about 50 miles from my house. You take the gallon of milk, you put it in a non-reactive pot, either stainless or ceramic coated. You don't want to use aluminum or cast iron or anything like that. You'll need citric acid. It's just a white powder. You can get it a lot of places, and you can certainly order it on the internet. You put 2 teaspoons in a cup of cool water, but to start off, you only use half. So this is the other half. I put half of it in here already to start the process. And hopefully this will be enough to have the curds form. If not, then I can add a little bit more. We'll get the process going a little better. Then it has also a teaspoon of salt. You're going to heat it slowly on something between low and medium, stirring it often, not constantly, but stirring it often to prevent any scorching of the milk on the bottom. Aiming for 165 to 170 degrees. When I get there, we'll be back and see how the curds are doing. Well, it's reached 165 degrees and it hasn't formed the flaky curds I'm looking for. It wants to. It's telling me I want to do it. I'm starting to do it, but I need a little more help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more of this citric acid in water mix. And you do it 1 tablespoon at a time because you don't want to over acidulate it. Okay? So I've lowered the temperature a little bit to slow the temperature rise. I'm going to keep it in this general vicinity. When I get to the point that I'm getting the curds that I want, I'll come back to you. Okay, 2 tablespoons, a little extra, about maybe 1.5, was enough. And now you can see, it's a little hard to see in here, but you can see I'm getting the curds. You can see them here. All right, so now what I need to do, I still need to keep stirring, but I need to be careful. I need to stir more slowly and more carefully. I still need to make sure stuff doesn't scorch on the bottom. But if I keep doing it fast and I keep using the whisk, I'm going to break these things up. And what I want them to do is to start forming together, to form bigger pieces. So I'm going to do it just with a spoon, and I'm just going to go underneath like this and make sure that the stuff on the bottom gets moved around. I'm also back to the regular temperature rise that I was going for, because now I'm going to bring it up at the last step, bring it up to 195. Okay, so I brought it up to 190 degrees, and then I eased it up to 195, and now basically I'm going to just turn the heat off. On the way, by the way, it just didn't seem like it was coming together as much as I would have liked, so I added another couple tablespoons of the citric acid liquid there, and that really helped it a lot. And you can see we've got some really nice curds in here. The last step is you kind of let it rest a little bit. I'm going to let it rest for about 15 minutes. While it's doing that, I'm going to push the curds a bit towards the center. The idea being that I want them to, kind of join together, form larger curds, right? So that they're not super small. So it'll go away for about 15 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll take it out. All right, it's finished resting, and it's time to ladle it out. Okay, so I've got this. This is a form. You can, if you buy a kit to make ricotta or other cheeses, you'll often get one of these in it. Something to drain it out. You can also buy that. So now we're just to scoop some of this stuff out. Looks like we had a really good yield here. So I'm not sure it's all going to fit in this thing, but here you go. See how nice it looks? That's your ricotta. And we're just going to put it in here. And in fact, it did yield quite a bit, which is good. I mean, you should get 3 to 4 cups. if it works out okay. So I'm gonna have to put this into something else. Probably just use a strainer. I mean, you can just use a strainer. All right. The curds are nice and thick enough. You don't actually need a cheesecloth or anything like that. So I can just scoop this into here. This is my backup. All right, everybody. So that's it. Homemade ricotta. Hope you'll give it a try. By the way, this will, I'm gonna let this drain at least for an hour or two. Then I'll put it in the refrigerator overnight. It'll probably last about 10 days. We'll see you next time.